to Radio Bravery Live. We've got the Coastline PDX bringing us in with Gnarls Barkley's Crazy. Coastline PDX from Portland, really great band. They do so many awesome songs, including their originals, and that is a cover of Gnarls Barkley's Crazy, one of my favorite songs, so I had to get that so we could use it as an intro here soon. I'll be making a little Radio Bravery intro, should be pretty fun. Yeah, I just got back from Resist Trump Tuesday, which apparently happens every Tuesday by Indivisible Oregon here in Portland. They were meeting outside of Ron Wyden's office, I believe, over in Northeast Portland, and went down there. I live streamed for about an hour before I finally got a question in. It was a very interesting situation. I waited for 45 minutes. They went through about 20 different questions from people, 25 questions or something. And right when I got up and raised my hand for a question, she's like, "Oh, we're all done with questions, no more." And I was like, okay, well, so I went over to her and I was like, "Hey, can I ask you a question here for Radio Bravery Live?" And I got that video right here. So we're going to go ahead and play that for you so you can check it out, because the tough questions are just too tough for virtue signaling fake progressives. So we're going to play that video. It's also on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/RadioBravery, entitled "Questions Are Too Tough for Virtue Signalers." So this is... her name is Grace. I'm not sure exactly who she is, but she represents Ron Wyden's office, Senator Ron Wyden from Portland. And this is that clip here that I got earlier today. My good friend Thomas was with me as well. Radio Bravery reporter and cameraman in progress. He's going to be joining us here soon live as well. But let's go and go to this video for you so you can check it out. Sorry about the audio. It's not too incredible. Need to get a new shotgun microphone.
Hey, Greg, can I ask you a question? Quick question? One for Radio Bravery Live News. Excuse me, I just had a quick question for you. Just a two-part question.
So before you ask the question, this may have to be something I have to go through. Is this like an official statement on behalf of the senator?
No, it's just a personal question. Firstly, do you believe there's a difference between an illegal immigrant and a refugee? And if not, have you heard of Sergio Martinez, who was deported 20 times from Portland and tied up and raped a 70-year-old woman in Portland? Have you heard of that story?
I have. So I need to make sure. So I understand you're asking me as a personal question as a citizen. But technically I'm here on behalf of my boss. So I have to make sure that I'm not inadvertently making things on behalf.
I'm just saying, the Dreamer Act doesn't differentiate between a legal immigrant and refugee. So I just think that it's kind of scary that people are allowed to come back 20 times and then rape our people in our own city.
We're more than happy to reach out to our office with some of these questions and concerns.
Okay.
And a lot of these folks have access to that. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that was Grace from Ron Wyden's office.
unwilling to answer the question about Sergio Martinez, who raped and tied up a 7-year-old woman from Portland, a Portland native, who's deported more than 20 times, but she doesn't want to talk about that. She just wants to virtue signal. So that's where we are. This is Radio Bravery Live. We will leave this joke because these people have absolutely lost their mind.
So that is the clip there from Resist Trump Tuesday. They had about 30 people turn out to their incredible resistance because they are the resistance, not us, not us. Not that we've been saying it for 25 years or anything like that. But yeah, they are the resistance now, apparently. Yeah, they've got a big old whopping 30 people that showed up, and it was mostly people over 50, 60 years old. People who still believe CNN is actual real news and just sit there as fake liberals, not trying to progress at all, but simply regress back to where we were in division and divide and conquer tactics, and it doesn't work anymore. You guys are absolutely ridiculous. They sat there with 0 points, 0 facts, 0 evidence, 0 anything. All they had was virtue signaling, name calling, and stupid words like tax scam, tax scam, tax scam. What is the scam? Where is the scam? What are you talking about? Do you have anything to say? They had literally nothing, no substance, and unfortunately, I don't mean this in a rude way, you looked around that crowd, those people were just vacant in their faces, just not even there, just like, smiling, just staring at the speakers, and as soon as I try to ask a question, they're like, oh, no more questions, and like, they cannot have real thinking people, they cannot have real conversations. Like 5 or 6 different people were staring at me and coming up to me because I was the only one nicely dressed, the only one wearing a suit, and people were like, who are you? Where are you from? Are you with the news? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I'm like, I'm Justin Belshaw, Radio Bravery Live. Would you like to talk? No. Walk away. No. No conversation. Then these people are just so hateful, negative, angry, aggressive. They're not polite. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to be friends. They just hate you. They are filled with hate, and they are the hate mongers. They are the dividers, and they will never conquer me. They will never conquer our country, and they are being drained from the swamp right now, and I'm so sorry that you're losing, but they literally sat there in this Resist Trump Tuesday saying that impeachment is inevitable, while the first impeachment vote had 60-something against 300-something. It is not inevitable. No one's going to impeach someone for nothing. There's no crime. There's no evidence. There's no collusion. They sat there talking about, well, what if Robert Mueller's fired? What if he's fired? What about the collusion? Well, what about the collusion? There's 0 evidence. He's been doing this for 7-8 months, this investigation, and still no evidence, no collusion. Oh, except for Uranium One and how Robert Mueller met Russians on a tarmac giving them uranium from Oregon on the orders of Hillary Clinton. Yeah, there's your collusion. It's right in front of your faces, but no one wants to actually look at the facts. No one wants to do their own research. They just want to listen and follow suit like absolute sheep, and it's so sad. I would love to have a conversation. I'd love to have a discussion. But these people have no respect for anyone else that they don't agree with. And people call me closed-minded while I sit there for 45 minutes listening to you talk, and no one will talk to me. No one will answer a question. No one will have a conversation. Who's the real closed-minded person? Who? Is it me? Is it me, the person who goes and gives you a platform here on my show to talk as long as you want, but you won't do it? You don't have anything to say ever. These people, I'm sorry, but you don't have any knowledge at all. You just follow suit, and you just believe fake manipulations, and you're deceived. And it's so sad, and I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to give you knowledge so you can be empowered. I'm trying to give you the well-researched documentation that I do every single day, all day, to prove my points, because I'm not a liar, I'm not fake news, and I'm not trying to manipulate you. I'm trying to bring you the absolute truth. And that's why I do my own research all day long. All day long, because that's what you have to do when you really care about other people and the human race, the entire human race, all lives. I care about all lives because all lives matter to me, not just Republicans, not just Democrats, not just liberals, no, it doesn't matter. You all matter to me, and I love you all, and that's why I'm trying to empower you with actual knowledge and research. That's the difference. I'm open-minded. That's a fact. I prove it. I prove it on my show every single day. And people still tell me I'm closed-minded. That argument doesn't work. Give me an example. Give me proof of anything that you want. Anything. But no, they just want to name, call, virtue signal, and tell you you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. You're a hateful, you're a bigot. How? Why? Where? Where's the evidence? Never any evidence, never any knowledge or research. And what I was talking about is this article right here. Here's KGW.com. This is a local Portland news station. Man deported 20 times, now sentenced to 35 years for sexual assault. He tied up a 65-year-old woman in her car and raped her. Okay, this man was already deported 20 times. 20 times, but that's not enough to get people to actually look at the Dreamer Act, look at DACA, and look at the recipients of it, and look at who they are and what they're actually doing. Criminals who have broken the law, guess what? They break more laws. That's what criminals do. That's why they are criminals, because they don't listen to the law. A man with a long criminal history, deported 20 times, was sentenced finally on Friday to 35 years in prison after breaking into a woman's home last summer. Sergio Jose Martinez, 31, then sexually assaulted 65-year-old woman and stole her car. He was arrested after assaulting a second woman and running from the police. Martinez, 31, was caught on July 24th after officers chased him through a neighborhood. It's about damn time. According to court documents filed in March 2017, Martinez has a history of illegal entry into the United States. He's been a transient in the Portland area for more than a year and deported more than 20 times. And that's the thing about these people who come here illegally. I have nothing against legal immigration. I think that this country was built off of legal immigration. And anybody who legally immigrated here is almost completely all against illegal immigration because they took the time and effort to be good people and bring actual things to this country, bring something to the table, positivity, hard work, effort. They want to be Americans. They don't want to come here like this piece of garbage, Sergio Jose Martinez, who's just a homeless leech, probably on our food stamp program, probably on welfare, probably taking our taxpayer money. Then he wants to rape and sexually assault 65-year-old women in my city, and I'm not going to stand for it. According to court Martinez has at least 5 probation violations for re-entering the United States. His most recent removal was November 2016. Immigration and Customs Enforcement lodged an immigration detainer against Martinez, asking authorities to notify them before releasing Martinez to allow ICE to take him into custody. But no, our sanctuary piece of crap city and governor and mayor decided to not do that. The Department of Homeland Security said a detainer was requested for Martinez in December, but he was released into the community, and the authorities did not notify ICE. And what happened? A 65-year-old woman was tied up and raped. Earlier this year, Multnomah County leaders, Sheriff Mike Reese, wrote a letter to the community saying the sheriff's office does not hold people in county jails on ICE detainers or conduct any immigration enforcement actions. Mike Reese, you should go to prison. You are responsible for this. Mike Reese is a disgusting scumbag swamp creature who needs to be drained out of Portland. Prior to the July 24th arrest, Martinez's criminal record showed a felony conviction for burglary and 3 misdemeanor convictions for battery, theft, and obstructing a public officer. The court document also said he told investigators in March that he has a long history of using methamphetamine and was currently using on a daily basis. Yeah, that's what happens when people break the law and they sneak into this country. They become drug addict, homeless leeches on our society. And that's why we need legal immigration only. The new charges Martinez was convicted of include first-degree kidnapping, first-degree robbery, 2 counts, second-degree assault, first-degree sex abuse, first-degree sodomy, and first-degree burglary. Yes, that's what that scum deserves. Police said Martinez broke into the 65-year-old woman's home in the 1700 block of Northeast Irving Street, physically and sexually assaulted her before stealing her car. Court documents show he entered the woman's bedroom through a window that she left open due to the heat. He spoke calmly, quietly, ordering the woman on the ground, tied her hands and feet, blindfolded her, and raped her. That's disgusting and so evil, and I'm so sick and tired of these pieces of garbage getting released back into our community. And that's why I'm going to continue to harass and tell these senators, sheriffs, and scum governors and mayors of this sanctuary BS city that this is not acceptable. We are not going to stand by anymore and allow citizens of my own city to be raped, tied up, and abused and assaulted just because people want to take a political stance. No, this is free America, and we have the right to walk around freely in our own damn country without the fear of being assaulted, kidnapped, and raped by someone who snuck in illegally. It's absolutely absurd. Here's another one from Fox News. Portland's sanctuary policies to blame for horrific rapes, says GOP leader. Yes, that's absolutely correct. Oh my gosh, it gets me so heated and so angry that Senator Wyden's office can't even make a statement. They won't meet with me. They won't do an interview. They won't retract anything, and they won't even change. All they want to do is virtue signal and tell you that you're racist, you're hateful. No, I love all people. I love all lives, all the human race, and I don't want division. I want unity, and that's why I'm a problem for Ron Wyden, because Ron Wyden wants to divide and conquer you. That is his goal. Now let's move to this next article. Another great example. Kate Steinle, who was murdered in cold blood by an illegal immigrant who shot her in the back with a gun that he stole or found, supposedly. But now, this is from 4 days ago at Breitbart.com. Illegal immigrant in Kate Steinle's death wants gun conviction overturned. He didn't get manslaughter. He didn't get murder. He only got a gun conviction, felony possession of a firearm. Oh, but he wants that overturned. You scum, you're gonna get more than that. The Attorney General's office, Federal Attorney General's office for DC has now requested a retainer for this piece of garbage, Jose Garcia Zarate. And I hope he gets convicted for more than the felony possession of the firearm. He should be charged with murder. He should be charged with murder. He tried to say that he thought it was something else, and he picked up this gun in a towel and it accidentally went off. Oh, that was after he said he was shooting it into the ocean at sea lions. Come on, people. It is so sickening that the stupid jury even would let this guy off with just a felony possession of a firearm. But oh, he doesn't even think he should be charged for that. You dirtbag scum. Ugh. It makes me so disgusted, so angry. Let's move to this next article, get a little bit off this subject. I'll probably be at more Resist Trump Tuesdays to see how these people actually think and if they actually want to talk or have this conversation. Let's look at this Gateway Pundit article. Flashback. Antifa terrorists sabotaged train in Olympia 3 weeks ago. Today, train wreck kills 6. In late November, far-left Antifa terrorists sabotaged the train in Olympia, Washington. Police raided an Antifa encampment in Olympia, Washington following a train being sabotaged by anti-fracking activists, but the anarchists claiming credit for the act have vowed to continue until every officer is down. The train was reported shorted using jumper cables, causing the train to stop. Now, look at this article from the Gateway Pundit as well. This is from yesterday. Panicked Antifa website deletes article about sabotaging train tracks in Olympia after derailment yesterday. Read it here on Gateway Pundit. On Monday morning, an Amtrak train derailed while crossing an overpass in DuPont, Washington. Law enforcement say at least 6 people are dead and 78 others were injured. Independent journalist Mike Cernovich tweeted an archived link to the now deleted article from the prominent far-left website It's Going Down on an Antifa group bragging about pouring concrete on train tracks in Olympia, Washington. Olympia, Washington. Train tracks sabotaged to stop fracking equipment. This is from Puget Sound Anarchists. Olympia is a 20-minute drive from DuPont. In late November, Antifa sabotaged that train in Olympia. Police raided an Antifa encampment in Olympia following the train being sabotaged by anti-fracking activists, but the anarchists, claiming credit, vowed to continue until every officer is down. That's a quote. Earlier this year, Antifa published that article, which has now been deleted, but luckily for Mike Cernovich, he kept it. Oops, error 404. Sorry, but the page you're looking for doesn't exist. But Far Left Watch, at Far Left Watch on Twitter, tweeted this out. Earlier this year, a prominent Antifa website published an article taking credit for the sabotage of train tracks in Olympia, Washington. In this article, they claim to have poured concrete on the tracks. It's now been deleted. Oh, weird, because they don't want to go to jail, but they sure do want to murder people in this country. These people are very dangerous and they need to be stopped and put in jail. It is terrorism and it is absolutely illegal to be doing crap like this, and I'm sick and tired of it, and we are not going to stand by here anymore and watch it. Here's the article from 9 days ago where Antifa extremists claim they sabotaged train tracks. This is a far left and tweeted Far Left Watch. During this week, we attached wire and jumper cables to the main Union Pacific rail line running through the state of Nebraska to disrupt rail signals to delay trains that mainly carry coal from the mountainous west to population centers in the east. Inspiration came from the blockade in Olympia. Some Unsistoten camp in unceded territory and other actions large and small across Turtle Island. Goes on to say the short post via far left Puget Sound anarchists says the other actions large and small across Turtle Island until the complete destruction of time itself, love, and rage from the middle of nowhere. Mike Cernovich tweeted out the archived link from the deleted piece, It's Going Down, and then itsgoingdown.org reported, early in the morning of April 20th, we poured concrete on the tracks, on the train tracks that led out of the port of Olympia to block any trains from using the tracks. We took precautions to notify BNSF, the train company. We called them and we used wires to send a signal that the train's tracks were blocked. We did this not to avoid damaging the train. Nothing would be bigger grins on our faces, but to avoid the risk of injuring railway workers. Oh, not anything to do with people on board the train. This action was done to disrupt the movement of trains carrying propents in the natural gas fracturing. And this is the way these people think. They're willing to do anything, including kill people, including sabotage trains, just to get their political point across. And they have no arguments. They have no brain in their heads. All they have is violence. That's all. That's all they got. That's all they got. Here's another one from dangerous.com. Police tear down Antifa anarchist Port of Olympia blockade. Antifa anarchists blockaded the Port of Olympia in Washington for 12 days from November 17th to 29th until a police raid forced them to evacuate. Their actions inspired another group to sabotage a railroad in Oregon. Trying to... But despite being designated now as a domestic terrorist organization by the Department of Homeland Security, Walmart is continuing to sell T-shirts with Antifa-related branding. And here's another article that's linked to in that one from dangerous.com as well. Walmart is selling Antifa T-shirts. Here, I'll go ahead and pull this up so you can see it. Walmart is supporting Antifa just like many other groups, and this is a connection to terrorism. Antifa pixel font style black flag circled men's white t-shirt. Antifa, Antifa. Not so Antifa now, are you? You are the fascists. You are the violent left. You are the violent fascists that want to shut down free speech and shut down anybody that doesn't agree with you. These are being sold on Walmart.com. And this is a group that is labeled as domestic terrorists by Homeland Security. And they're just selling t-shirts on Walmart. No big deal at all. Let's go ahead and jump into some more Trump and political news. Get off of these losers, life's losers at Antifa. Here is one from Politico.com. House to vote again on tax overhaul after Senate glitch. Education provisions tossed in Senate, which still expected to vote Tuesday. The House is expected to vote again on Wednesday on Republicans sweeping tax legislation after several provisions were ruled out of order in the Senate. However, it is not likely to stop the momentum for long, with the legislation still on track to be delivered to President Trump this week. The Senate is expected to vote on the bill Tuesday night after striking the provisions which relate to expanding tax advantage college savings accounts and taxing college endowments. The stumble is an embarrassment for Republicans who just hours before were celebrating on the House floor and getting kudos from Trump for passing the landmark bill. Oh yeah, it's such an embarrassment even though it's still going to completely pass. The House initially passed the 1.5 trillion tax code rewrite, which includes steep corporate and individual tax cuts, 227 to 203 early afternoon on Tuesday, with the Senate set to follow suit later in the evening, but not long after, word started circulating about trouble with strict Senate budget rules that Republicans are using to avoid a Democratic filibuster of the legislation. But that's the thing about this alternative extreme left who doesn't want to allow Trump any single victory. It doesn't even matter if they sacrifice the country or their own selves in the process. They will not allow anything good to happen in this country because it might make Trump look good. That is the ignorance of the people. They're willing to kill themselves and starve themselves and lose money themselves just so Trump can't have a victory. That is mindlessness. That is absolute mindlessness. You are so crazy. I mean, come on, people. You can't even come together to help the country. You can't even come together to get some money for yourself. No. Not if it's going to make Trump look good. Absolutely not. Let's move to this next article from the Daily Telegraph. Saudi intercepts Yemen rebel missile over Riyadh. This is, again, from the Daily Telegraph. Saudi intercepts Yemen rebel missile over Riyadh. Saudi Arabia has intercepted a rocket fired by rebel Houthi fighters in Yemen, who declared a new chapter in its confrontation with the kingdom. The Volcano 2H ballistic missiles were aimed at the Al Yama Royal Palace in Riyadh, but was stopped by Saudi's air defenses. Reporters heard a blast and saw a plume of smoke rising above the Saudi capital near the palace, where King Salman chairs weekly government meetings and hosts foreign dignitaries. It was the second time in as many months as a rebel projectile has reached as far inside the kingdom as Riyadh, and while audacious, neither caused any real damage. In a televised address, rebel leader Abdul Malik al-Houthi said the range of missiles in the Houthi arsenal was being extended. Our long hand will reach other places, God willing, Allah willing. As long as you continue to target Sana'a, we will strike Riyadh and Abu Dhabi, he said, referring to the seat of government of the United Arab Emirates, a key member of the coalition. So we'll continue to follow that as it develops. They are now preparing in Hawaii for a nuclear attack. And the Olympics are also preparing for a terrorist attack as well. Now let's jump to this article from Reuters. House okays tax overhaul but stumbles on details. The last-minute snag on Tuesday in their drive to approach the biggest tax code rewrite in 30 years, requiring another vote on Wednesday and delaying what would be their first major legislative win under President Donald Trump. But this would be the biggest tax code rewrite in 30 years, folks. 30 years. That's called change. That's called actual change. That's called difference. That's called not fake politicians. That's called very real president. This man is different. This president is different. He's not working for the globalists. He doesn't have other intentions. I'm just going to look this up real quick. How much Trump has lost, how much money Trump lost since in office. And this is how much Trump's net worth falls $200 million since election. You see that, folks? Trump didn't need to take this presidency, okay? He's losing money, okay? People, you still got crazy Joe Scarborough and bleeding Mika Brzezinski saying that, oh, Trump does everything for money. He's so selfish. He's just a money grubber, while he's lost $200 million since the election. He's not making money. He's losing money as a businessman every single day, as all of his businesses are being harassed by Robert Mueller, the true colluder. Robert Colluder is what his name should be. But Trump is losing $200 million. He's losing millions of dollars every day as a businessman, and he did not need to do this. He is sacrificing himself, his money, and his family, all for the good of the country, and just to be told he's a racist, a bigot, a xenophobic, all while doing things to try to help our country. Which brings me to the last article here on this short edition of Radio Bravery Live. These 55 stocks have at least doubled since Trump was elected. And again, people continually ask me, what has Trump done? What has Trump done? These 55 stocks have at least doubled since Trump was elected. And yeah, also 17-year unemployment low. 4.7% unemployment for 4.7% unemployment for Latinos, the lowest in the history of our country. Dow is over 5,000 for the first time in the history of the Dow. Let's go over those 55 companies that are up since Trump was elected. 55 stocks have at least doubled since Trump was elected. Boeing, Caterpillar, United Health Group, Apple, McDonald's, JP Morgan, Home Depot, American Express, Microsoft, Walmart, 3M Company, Goldman Sachs, Visa, Dow DuPont, Nike, Intel, Cisco, Travelers, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, United Technologies, Walt Disney, Chevron Corp, Verizon, Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble, International Business Machines, IBM, ExxonMobil Corp, Merck, General Electric, let's see, Spectrum Pharmaceuticals, Scientific Games Corporation, Nectar Therapeutics, Electro Scientific Industries, Kermit Corp, Lending Tree, RH, Quinn Street, Control 4 Corp, Green Dot Corp, Advanced 6, NVIDIA, Align Technology, General Communications Incorporated, Solar Edge Technologies, Coherent, NRG Energy, Micron Technology, Chemours Company, Penn National Gaming Incorporated, Encore Capital Group, Comtech Telecommunications Corp, Aura Shore Technologies Incorporated, Vert USA Corp, Pet Med Express, Excelis Technologies, General Cable, Rogers Corporation, and Entanta Pharmaceuticals, NVR, Cognex Corp, AeroVironment, Holly Frontier Corp, Take-Two Interactive Software, Lantheus Holdings, LGI Homes, LPG Photonics Corp, Top Built Corp, Proto Labs, Boeing Co., United Rentals, Century Aluminum, Bob Evans, KB Home, Boise Cascade, eHealth, Dana Incorporated, Supernus Pharmaceuticals, First Solar, Inogen Incorporated, NMI Holdings, CBO Global Markets, Winnebago Industries, Mary Medical Systems, and Integer Holdings Corporation. That is the list of the 55 stocks that have at least doubled since Trump was elected. And the economy just goes up and up and up and up and up. So there's the proof in the pudding, folks. I give it to you every day here at Radio Bravery Live, youtube.com/RadioBravery. So maybe one day people will stop asking me what Trump's done. Maybe if they go through all these, you can also look at my report, Why Our President Trumps the Rest. That's another one that goes over dozens of things that Trump's done since he's been elected. But the thing is, people don't actually want facts, they don't want knowledge, and they don't want real information. They just want to stay in their echo chamber and bounce their theories and their stupid lies and fake news off of each other and believe it. And, you know, that's fine. That's fine. You can do that all you want. We'll just continue to keep winning, and we'll continue to keep going all the way up. And that's how it's going, so I'm so sorry to say that, yeah, we are still winning. This is Justin Belshaw, youtube.com/RadioBravery. Please subscribe today. I gained one more subscriber yesterday, so we're at 21 now, but I'd really like to get those numbers up even more and more, and I'm going to keep going out live more, and try to expand even more and more, and just continue to follow the headlines here at Radio Bravery Live. Thank you so much for joining me again. I'm your host, Justin Belshaw. I'll be here again tomorrow, breaking more news every day, just to continue to empower you, the people, because I love you, I support you, and I want you to be empowered with knowledge. I want you to do your own research, and don't trust me. Trust your gut, okay? Now let's go out with the Coastline PDX again with Gnarls Barkley's Crazy, and these guys are incredible. Thank you so much for joining me again, youtube.com/RadioBravery. I'm Justin Belshaw. I love you. I love you so much. I support you. I am open-minded. I don't care if you disagree with me. I just want to protect your right to say it. Free speech, hang together or hang separate. That's the way it works, folks. No pseudo-intellectuals here. Just knowledge, because knowledge is power. Do your own research, think for yourself, don't trust me, trust your gut. I'm a classical liberal, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat. I am a classical liberal, a real liberal, and a true progressive. I'm Justin Belshaw, this is Radio Bravery Live. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you, I support you. Merry Christmas. Thank you, all of America. Freedom is the only way. Live free or die. That's it. Thank you so much. I love you. Let's crank it up. Merry Christmas. much.